actually have. What's up, ladies? How are you? Oh, you're going to get all shy now that the microphones are on?
Have you seen a more official intro than what we just did? That was pretty official, wasn't it?
We had to make it extra official because you came all the way out to the Plex.
It is, yes.
When was the last time you were here?
I can't remember. Crystal was still playing for the team.
That was a long time ago.
Yes, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. When was the last time you guys were here?
Yesterday.
Yeah, you were here yesterday. What about you?
Yesterday.
Okay, you guys both were here yesterday. That's right. You guys did have like a full day yesterday.
Yeah.
But before that, when was the last time you guys were here?
End of the season last October. Year. Yeah.
So it's been a minute.
Time, but
I think I'm officially allowed to say welcome back then.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
So this will be kind of the same as we had last week, where we will talk to you guys and then we'll have some fan questions. One of those fan questions will not be who's the coolest person on the team? Cough, cough, Jordan. Submitted by submitted by Jordan DiBiasi.
I did not.
I mean, I can on Instagram have the screenshot of the.
There was a bunch.
We have some fun questions from the fans for sure.
How many burner accounts do you have?
She wasn't even smart enough to use a burner account.
Yeah, use a burner account.
Are you smarter than a Stanford grad? I don't know. It doesn't seem that hard. She didn't even use a burner account.
We got to get you some burners.
So let's start off though. What have you guys been up to? How was your off season? Did you guys do anything fun? Any cool trips? Ash, any fun trips? Anything to brag about from the off season?
No fun, cool trips.
You did have that ID camp. That seemed pretty cool.
That's true. I did have a camp.
Roommates. Come on.
That trip
That's true. Actually,
was
we did go to
terrible.
Florida. Jordy and I were roommates. That was probably the highlight of the off season. But besides that, I finally got to live in my own house with my husband for the first time since we've been married. So
That's
was pretty
nice.
cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Where's that? Where's off season home for you guys?
Off season home is in Orem, Utah right now because my husband's still going to school. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha. Jordan, what'd you do and where'd you spend the off season? Were you back in Colorado?
Yeah, I went home. I did some traveling. Got to hang out with Ash for a week, which was
Hey
really
now.
fun. Play some soccer. Yeah, I did I trained at home this off season, and then I went and visited family over Christmas in Switzerland.
Nice.
Very fun. And then I took a birthday vacation right at the end of season. Going into my Jordan year. It's my
Jordan, the
golden D-Day,
23.
so had to go
Is
to
it
the
every
beach.
year Jordan year for you? Isn't that how that works?
No, but 23.
I
Michael
got
Jordan.
what you
You get,
meant.
yeah. And now you get to go in your Kobe year. So you get your Jordan year straight into the Kobe year.
Yeah.
This is becoming
Then
a thing.
it's all downhill after
It's all
that.
down.
So
No,
I
you
had
still got
2
your magic.
years.
Like after the magic year, that's it. It's over. After 32, it's over. So you still got a
Good
few.
thing I have
You
a
still got a
couple
few.
years.
Shoot, I even got a couple more before
You got
that.
a couple year, yeah.
So let's start with that ID camp, though. I want to know the moment you got the call that you guys were getting to go down to Florida. What was that? What was that like? Who told you? Who called you? And when did you know that the other one was going?
I don't think it was a call. I think it was just an email.
That's a heck of an email.
Yeah, it was. I remember I had just gotten back from that birthday trip and had friends over, family friends, and we were eating dinner and my phone went off, looked down, got in trouble for looking at my phone at the dinner table,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
As one
got
does.
excused because of the news. And then right after that, I think Richie or the staff all reached out to us and told us that Hatch was going to, and I was so excited.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is that kind of how you found out too? Email?
Yeah.
How mad would you be if she got a phone call?
I didn't get a phone. I got a phone call from Richie before I got the email. So I mean, I knew it was coming, but once you get the email, it's like more official and like
Right.
it's more exciting. But then I can't remember if Richie told me or not you were going. I think he did because I think I texted Jordy right away. But I was pretty excited because I was like, fingers crossed we'll be roommates.
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty fun.
Cool. So what was that experience like for you? Is this the first time that you guys got called into a camp? How did you guys prepare for it? What did you guys learn from it?
For me, it was my first full team. I know it was like what was the word? ID camp.
ID camp.
Yeah.
But just that format and that environment. I've been in with the 23s, but never a full team. So I was really excited. I was coming off. I had turf toe, so I was a little stressed about coming off an injury, and I had wished that I had been able to train more leading up into it, but prioritize being healthy, and I really wanted to stretch myself and work hard this off season. So figured getting healthy was more important than training hard and still being injured.
Yeah.
Two trainers over here indoors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome, and I was excited. And Hachi had been in that environment before, so it was really nice. One, because we're already good friends, and then two, to just have her kind of show me the ropes.
Yeah. I guess it wasn't my first camp. I've been to a couple before, but any camp you go to, it's always exciting. You always have those kind of nerves and those like camp jitters. But as soon as you get that first practice out of the way, I think once you clear that first practice,
Right.
then it's like hopefully smoother sailing because you get all those like nerves out. But I mean, it's always fun being in that competitive environment, getting seen by a national team coach and getting advice from them. I think is always key and really important, especially going into our seasons, so we know what to work on and stuff. But it was really fun. Jordan and I were on the same team a couple of times, so I feel like it was an unfair advantage to the other team we were playing, but I'll take it.
You're way too nice. You should be like, yeah, we smoked them. It's great. We're taunting them. I feel like you're the trash talker of the two.
No.
No?
Maybe. Hachi might be the nicest on the team.
No.
I'm second.
Yeah. How big is the gap though? That is the question.
I don't know.
It depends on the day.
Yeah, that's true.
So you guys come back here, and we'll do some more backstory and stuff in a little bit. You guys come back here, and last year was such a transitional year for the whole organization. Obviously, new ownership, new coach, everybody comes in. You probably don't know exactly what to expect. And for you, rookie season anyway? Yeah?
Yeah, last year.
So, new to you no matter what, but after you've been here a couple years now, you come into this season with expectations. You know what it's going to be like. How did that change how you approach the offseason and how you enter this season?
I think it changed the offseason a lot because you know what your coaches are like, you know what the staff is like, you know what their expectations are for you going and coming back into the season and where you should be at, and also being able to have that communication going into the off season. So I mean, like the season before this, I didn't have a coaching staff to talk to and say, hey, what do I need to work on in the
Right.
off season? What do you want me to focus on coming back? What do you want me to have, like, what skills do you want me to have perfected when I come back for season? But we were able to have that, with our exit meetings with like Richie and Tom and the rest of the staff. Like, so we had some more tools going into the off season.
Right.
Yeah, my rookie years in general, I think it's a big growing season. You don't really know until you know. So last season was awesome. I learned so much. I grew so much, and having the staff, I can't speak high enough about them. And just touching base with them, learning what I need to do to not only survive at this level, but to thrive and be one of the best. Then going away from it and training and individually committing to that into my process to getting there has been awesome. And I'm super, super excited for this second year. And now that I know kind of the ropes and can kind of pay it forward and help the rookies this season.
Yeah, just wily vet over there, Jordy DiBiasi.
Right. Yeah, I'm just here to help the rookies. Yeah.
But
Follow me.
I'll tell you what I know. Learn from my mistakes from last year.
Hey guys, don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Richie will bite your head off. So let's rewind back farther. Let's go to college. Let's ask the question that everybody wants to know about. Tell us about the mob. What is the mob?
The mob is my graduating class from Stanford. There's 5 of us. And the whole backstory is that on day 1 of preseason our freshman year, from the start we did everything together. Did all the gear, went to food, hung out. We were always together.
That's all there is to
almost
do. Get
inseparable.
gear and get
Basically,
food.
that's all
That's
you
it.
do. And all the upper classmen were like, yeah, you guys are doing that now, but once everyone gets back on campus and school starts, you're going to go your own ways. We're like, watch us. And so despite what they thought, we continued to stay so close throughout our entire college experience. And so they they called us. They're like, you guys are like a mob. You do everything together, and so it stuck. And now, after Avery was drafted this year, 3 out of 5 of us are on the Spirit. So I could not be more excited.
Will you guys have mob mentality now that you're here?
Well, kind of 4 out of 6. Jabo was an honorary member, and she's here too.
Right.
So yeah.
She's a hoot, by the way.
She is so funny.
She was a part of some of the stuff we did last week. Yeah, she
If
is.
you're looking for some entertainment, you go and hang out with J Boss.
Yeah. Hey guys, we've been a little short on content. Get Jay in here.
That's why we allowed her to be an honorary member.
Yeah,
Elite group, but she makes the cut.
So it's you, Jay Boss is the honorary member, and then who are the other two there? Avery, who
And-
wound up transferring to Washington State, and then but started at Stanford, and then Tegan, and then so Andy, not a member. How does Andy feel
She's a
about this?
wannabe. Just kidding.
Ooh, Andy's a
Just
wannabe.
kidding.
Wow. No, it's out there.
Yeah, it's out there
now.
I take it back. I
No,
love
no,
you,
you can't.
Andy.
You can't.
Hatchie, did you have a group like that in college, or like have you developed a crew here that you become really close with?
I mean, I think your freshman class in college, you always kind of like form a special bond with them. I mean, and your rookies, whoever you come in your rookie season with, I mean, you're experiencing things together for the first time. I think I've had a lot of firsts since I've been my rookie season and then being traded and then new coaching staff. So I think every season I've made like special bonds with pretty much different people on every team that I've been a part of. So I don't know. It's always fun.
Yeah, it's cool. So you guys are talking about going to the ID camp, and then you've got another camp coming up, Jordan. So there's really no off season for you guys, because it's not like in other sports where you take some time off to get healed up or whatever it is, and then you get yourself back into shape. For you guys, there's no getting out of shape. You guys have to stay in shape because you get called into camps and you're expected to perform. So, how do you guys manage that? How do you guys manage the off season where, okay, we have to keep ourselves in shape, but this is also a time where we kind of got to get right?
I mean, I think, like you said, there is no real off season. It's more of like a different opportunity to work on something different. So like during season, obviously we're closely monitored on our loads, and we have that relationship with Michael and our staff on what we should be doing. But in the off season, we have some more freedom to focus on the things that we want to focus on. But you're right, like we never really stop. We just use it as a new opportunity to focus on those things. And then when you hear of camps, like Jordy said, you kind of have to be like, oh, okay, let's get the fitness a little higher, get our loads a little higher so we're ready for the field. But yeah, I don't know. Jordy, what do you think?
This was a learning curve for me. I think coming from college, it's a 4-month season.
Right.
So you can push it, especially like in summer, you're doing 2-a-days every single day. So going into my rookie season, that's how I approached it. I was nervous and I was excited and I wanted to make sure I was prepared. Well, it's a 9-month season.
Yeah.
It's a long haul.
Yeah.
And it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Right.
And so I like suffered an injury from overuse, and I was tired, and so now this off season I just was very particular and very intentional in my training, and was purposeful in that I was doing kind of what Hatchie said of what you need to do to take yourself to the next level, but also managing your load because you don't have Michael here doing it for you.
Right.
And that's kind of the honor and the privilege of what comes with being a pro, and it's being a good pro is the trick.
Right.
Which is, I'm glad I have Hatchie and
Yeah.
Tori and all these vets to look up to.
Yeah.
It's a learning curve for sure.
Yeah.
When last season did you feel like, all right, I got the hang of this? And then at what point did you go, oh God, that's the wall, and I just ran into it so hard?
I mean, what scale? I feel like you feel like that every single day. Oh, I got this. Next, like, oh, maybe not.
That's the other part of being a pro, right? It's like, oh, they're all so good.
Oh, yeah.
But from like a fitness, a speed of the game, a comfortability standpoint, when did you feel like how long did it take you into the season to really feel like, all right, I know this is different than college, but I got this?
Yeah, I don't think you really know what to expect going from the college to the pro game, and I try to tell people it's like being a freshman in college but on steroids, because
Right.
girls are almost 10 years plus older than you, and this is their career and it's never been your job necessarily. It was you were managing so many different things. No, now soccer is legitimately your job. And so it's what you do with it. And so I think it's a gradual transition. I feel really lucky. The Spirit were so welcoming, the staff, the players, and really just brought us in and welcomed us so that we were able to get to the level we needed to be in order to compete. I remember my first game, I was very excited, very nervous. First play, like 2-foot tackle. Here we go. Oh, no. But I think just having the support from everyone around you gives you the confidence, and it's just kind of this gradual. I don't think it was one play in specific or one game that I remember saying, okay, let's go. But it was like right away from the start, you were pushed into it, and you never really looked back.
I think the great thing about Jordy, and I applaud her for this. As a rookie, you know, she came in with like so much energy and so excited. But when she figured out like the process and how really hard it is, that energy didn't change. She was able to just like refocus it in a different way. And she was like able to adapt and to learn. And instead of getting like discouraged or like, holy crap, this is hard, forget this, you know, I'm just going to step back. She still put her best foot forward in the best way that she could. And like, I applaud her for that. And I think it was awesome. And I think one memory I have of Jordy from her rookie season, we were on the bus. I can't remember where we were going, but she was like, Hachi, what do you do with all your extra time? Like, I feel like we have practice, and I don't know what to do, and I'm just sitting down, but like, I'm ready. Like, I want to go do stuff. I don't know what to do. And like, Jordy just like, I promise you, relax. Like, one day you'll figure out that you'll love all this free time to sit on the couch, put your feet up, watch TV.
It is true.
Like, find a good book. Like, find a good book. Like, I promise you, you'll get the hang of it. And she's like, I'm like, learn an instrument. Like, my rookie season, I like try to teach myself how to play the guitar. Like, find a hobby that you're not on your feet. And she's like, oh, okay. Like, this is gonna be really hard. I'm like, I promise you can do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Jordy has done a great job, and I'm excited for her to like help the next rookies, I guess you could say, of this year. So.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Hachi.
Yeah.
Pay it forward.
That makes you the veteran, right? So now you can talk to the rookies about,
Definitely
hey,
not
Guys, last year I was the one bouncing off the walls.
Yeah.
Of the
But
bus.
I was the one making all the mistakes
Hachi
last
told me
year.
a really sweet thing on the podcast, but I think inside she wanted to kill me at the time. How'd the guitar learning go?
Yeah, it went well, actually. So my rookie season, I was pretty consistent with it. And then the season I got traded to the Spirit, I was like pretty consistent about it, and I could play like a few songs, but then I started school again, and I haven't played since.
Gotcha. So you got to build the calluses back up in your fingers.
Exactly.
That's the most
like,
painful
worst
thing,
part.
right? Yeah.
But
Can you play guitar too?
Yeah.
What can you not?
Yeah,
do?
y'all don't know him. He's the most annoying person on the planet because he can do everything. We're at the NFL Combine last year. I'll show you the video after the podcast. NFL Combine, he just sits down at the piano and starts like playing Alicia Keys songs. And I'm like,
That's awesome.
that you were a college football player. How do you also do it? You're annoying. I don't like you. But congrats on the guitar.
Oh, thanks, Rishi.
Catch the Spirit is brought to you by WAGS, Women and Girls in Soccer. Maybe you knew them before as a regional soccer league for girls in the metro Washington, D.C. area, but that all changed over 2 years ago. Today, they're a charitable organization with the mission of empowering women and girls from all over the world through soccer. WAG's mission provides opportunities to sponsor, develop, and provides educational and character-building programs for the benefit of women and girls through teaching and promoting an interest in the game of soccer. With money they received from their former life as a league and funded each year through the annual WAGS Real Vodka Memorial Tournament, WAGS supports 6 unique programs for women and girls that create confidence, strength, character, and leadership in a variety of ways. Their programs include a Soccer Hall of Fame Award, Women's Soccer Award of Excellence in conjunction with United Soccer Coaches, 4 $10,000 college scholarships for female players graduating high school and playing at the next level, coach and referee education so the game is available at many levels, and worldwide outreach to include resource centers in Africa. WAGS was a founding sponsor of the Washington Spirit in 2013, and they continue that support today with a renewed commitment to the players and Spirit organization. All right, let's get to some of these fan questions.
Ooh, yes.
I'm excited for these. Actually, this one from Angela kind of would have been the next question I was going to ask anyway, because I kind of want
Let's
to know.
shout her out. Angela, give the whole angle.
At Angela._2007. I don't know you could put a dot in
Yeah,
the
I think- is that-
Instagram handle.
I didn't know you could do that either.
We learned something new today. who is your role model? And I want to kind of add on to that question because all that energy and that kind of ability to focus, like where does that come from? Does it come from a role model who you learn from, or does it come from somewhere else? And then for both of you, who is your role model? Jordy, start with you.
I think a lot of the energy and whatnot is just a part of my personality and kind of my life experiences. I just really like and try to live in the present and to enjoy every moment we get and to make the most of it. And that would be a reflection is what I would hope is that what Hatchie's saying. As far as role models, I grew up actually playing for the Colorado Rush. Lindsay Horan, she's a couple of years older than me. She was the girl I looked up to growing up playing. I would go to the fields, watch her play. As I started to get older, I would get the privilege of playing with her. And then now playing with her in the NWSL, I'm like, okay, a little different of a role.
Yeah.
But she's been an awesome mentor to me and someone that I just will always look up to and try to mimic my game and whatnot around her.
Real quick before we get to your role model, what will it be like for you to be in the She Believes camp with Lindsay?
I'm super excited. She actually texted me the other day and said we were roommates, so I can't wait.
Oh, that's really, really
It
cool.
will be fun.
Colorado Rush. That's a
Shout out.
big time. It's a big time program over there.
All right, who is your role model?
I mean, that's hard. I feel like I have so many role models in my family.
It's a podcast. We got time.
All right, buckle up. No, I'm just kidding. I feel like, my parents are huge role models to me, and they're a reason why, I am the way I am. I would say off the field as a person, but I would say on the field, Lolo Jones, she's an Olympic hurdler.
Mm-hmm.
She's been a huge role model of mine.
And
ever
bobsled
since-
now,
yeah, now
right?
Bobsled.
Yeah.
What does she not
Yeah,
do?
we'll have to figure out what your second sport is in a second.
Yeah.
But I remember actually watching her. I can't remember which Olympics it was when she was gonna take the gold and tripped on a hurdle and ended up not placing or whatever. And I just remember hearing her story and just really kind of attaching to it because sports can be really hard sometimes. And just kind of her perseverance and her relentlessness to just keep going, and she's still going for great things today. And so I think she's one of my biggest sports role models.
Yeah. She's an excellent role model to have, somebody that has tasted the joy of victory and the misery of defeat. Because I was talking to somebody the other day in sports. There's no a A, B, or C in the grades. You either get an A+ or an F.
Yeah.
Right? The 49ers don't feel like they got a B- because they came close. They got an F because they lost the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Lolo Jones' story, being able to triumph after that type of defeat. I mean, it's such a good story for anybody, for any athlete.
Yeah, and her ability to reinvent herself.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
is rather remarkable. What's your favorite thing to do other than soccer? That one's from Ava Soccer _19. Shout out, Ava.
Oh, goodness. Well, I mean, I'm a super outdoorsy person. So, when I have time, I love, a good hike or growing up, we rode, dirt bikes and did lots of water sports and stuff. Obviously can't do that now.
Things that are not allowed contractually
You're
anymore.
not allowed to do.
But a nice hike or just being outdoors and really playing other sports, I would say probably are some of my favorite. I love to cook and bake, so I'm not as good as Aubrey, but
Okay,
I
so
do like to do it.
you're not a
very
threat to
good
take her
still.
baking show,
No.
but perhaps co-host from
Cook
time to
off.
time.
Maybe.
Let's do it.
Oh, wow. Let's do it. Yes.
I'll be judged.
I am judged.
There is no content I'm more excited to produce than baking with Bledsoe, and it is
Baking
because-
with Bledsoe.
Yeah, that's a real
Gonna be
thing that's
awesome.
happening.
I'm looking
Oh,
forward
I'm
to
here.
it.
I'm all for
I
it.
did bake my own wedding cake, so
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow,
Origin
that's
story.
Now we got to know the story. Yes.
And 1 year.
Okay.
Remade
yeah.
it.
And when we were in camp, Jordy and I were talking about it. She's like, "You should remake your cake for your anniversary." And I was like, "Okay, down."
Okay.
But
When's your anniversary?
it was in January 18th.
Ooh, I was
I can
January
maybe bake
14th.
it for you guys.
I just,
and bring it
yeah, I was about to say, I'm just in it for the cake. I mean,
I'm
Yeah,
just-
it was
happy anniversary and all,
Yeah.
but
Thank
I'm
you.
here for the cake.
Is that something you're allowed to do? Are you allowed to recreate your own wedding cake?
I think if
don't
you
know.
baked it, you can do whatever you
Yeah.
I
want.
don't know. It's just like it's
There's
your
no
wedding.
rules these days on what to do. So
You know what? Like
made
in-
my own.
as a Filipino, there's so many superstitions, and you have to freeze a
gotcha.
piece of your wedding cake and
Yeah.
eat it a year later. Do you guys
It's
do?
pretty
Did you guys do that?
traditional, yeah. Except for I don't know, like with our season and everything, like
Right.
we decided to either get married before season or after season.
Yeah.
And it ended up being before. So
It's so funny. Like a lot of the NFL anniversaries are in January because that's the only time that
Yeah.
they can get married.
Yeah.
Right. So like for professional athletes, they all get married at the same time in
It's
the
not a
year.
lot of confidence. So, hey, honey, we're definitely not making the playoffs.
Yeah.
January's good.
Yeah. I guess when you play for the Washington Redskins, it's
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, let's
don't
go
need
ahead and
to-
schedule that
we
in
don't-
January or
We
whatever.
don't need to call any names. Jordy, your favorite thing to do outside of soccer?
I'm pretty similar to Hatchie. I think that's why we're so compatible. But I really like to explore, go on adventures. That's why it was a little tough for me last year, wondering what to do if we can't go. What do you mean we can't go play more soccer? But I really like to read. I'm trying to get into cooking. I might need cooking lessons from Hatchie
Okay.
and Aubrey.
There's
So if you wanna
content
make a
ideas
segment
brewing in
on
my
that,
head.
Yes.
What if
I
we
will
took you to a
be-
chef?
Yeah, I would love that.
Okay.
Please and
Done.
thank you.
Done. Make some calls.
Yeah. Tegan and I are roommates this year, so that's
Okay.
been really fun. We just hang out, play a lot of games.
What kind of games? Like video games, board
No,
games?
no, board games.
Board games.
I'm big.
Ooh.
Bananagrams, cards.
Bananagrams.
anything.
What's the card game?
It depends how many people are playing. If it's just two, it's speed. I deem myself the champ,
Ooh.
but I
Ooh.
get
We
to
asked
play
Tegan, what would she
people.
say?
Remember we were asking her if she's the big trash talker? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's, there it is.
Yeah. I don't do it. I kind of want to ask you, like, what's like the thing you've said on the field that got the most heads to turn, but I don't know if you want that
I've
recorded in a
never- I don't
podcast.
say anything on
There's
the
a-
field.
yeah,
Oh,
there's
so you're not a trash talker on the field. Is that true?
yeah, that's true. I don't think I've ever seen
Ever.
Jordy say anything.
So it's just in other situations. Like if we were to go play like horse or something like that, like you'd be talking, or we're playing
Until
cards.
the game started, and then I have to lock in, focus,
Ooh. One of those types.
serious.
I like it.
She gets quiet, and that's when you know you're in trouble. All right, a couple more real quick. Who inspired you to play soccer?
That one's easy for me. My dad actually inspired me to play soccer. Growing up, he spent lots of time helping us figure out which sport we wanted to play. I think we pretty much tried every sport. And then once I realized that soccer was my passion, he was the one that kind of helped push me in the right direction to continue to play at the next level. So yeah, my dad definitely inspired me to play soccer.
So just curious, because it's the trainer in me that has to ask this question.
Yeah.
About what age did that happen when you were like, okay, soccer's it?
That's a good question. I feel like soccer just always had kind of that extra points over the other sports that I played. I really enjoyed the other
Right.
sports, but soccer was the one that I found myself just naturally liking, and just it came a lot easier than the other sports. And I would say probably in like high school, I was like, soccer's my thing.
Yeah,
Like, soccer's
gotcha.
going to be my
Cool.
sport. Yeah.
I just asked that for the people who are listening that are wondering if they should lock in their 7-year-old to a year-round soccer training program and nothing else.
Hint.
Yeah.
Don't
No.
do that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was playing the other sports that helped me, like just push even harder in soccer, because like those other sports are great cross training.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
they're also a great break, because I mean, like, our lives are soccer now.
Right.
And if my life was soccer when I was 7,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have made it till
Yeah.
here. So
Awesome.
Who inspired you to play?
I have a brother who's 3.5 years older than me. And growing up, I wanted to do everything and anything that he did. So every sport he played, I played. And I grew up going to soccer games. And so as soon as I could, I joined it too. And then actually the team I joined, there was a core group of us, 5 or 6 of us, that played together all the way through high school until we went to college. And then we would play each other in college sometimes, which was really fun.
Oh, that's cool. Let's end the podcast with this: the biggest story of the week. Congratulations on the call up. Tell me about the moment you got that call, and what are you looking forward to with She Believes in the camp?
I'm really excited for the opportunity. It was actually the day before I headed back to came back to DC. Richie sent me this text message telling me I was going to be getting a call from Blackco. Wasn't really sure what it was going to be about. And then I got the email, talked to Richie, and I was so excited. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm really honored, and I can't wait. I'm so excited that Andy will be there, and Rose. Told him I wouldn't annoy them too much.
Annoy them. They're your teammates.
But I'm really looking forward to it, and to just being in that environment and to seeing them compete at that level day in and day out will be really exciting.
I'm excited for you. It's going to be awesome. I'm sure a call up for you is going to be coming sometime soon too. So
Hell
we look
yeah.
forward,
Jordy
look
will do
forward to
great.
that. Ashley Hatch, Jordan DiBiasi, thanks for coming on Catch the Spirit.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
Catch the Spirit is a production of Train with the Best Media. The executive producers are Craig Hoffman, that's me, and Chris Gorez, that's the other guy you heard. I also mix and edit the podcast. Production assistance from The Spirit is provided by Nicole Hawkins. The podcast is now on video, which means we have even more people to thank. Chad Moore is our director, Bernie Kelch is our visual coordinator, and Mason Cavalier is the world's finest sonic monitor. Watch the podcast on our YouTube page. If you like this podcast, we think you'll like our flagship Train with the Best podcast too. That one is available wherever you found this one. If you like what you heard, please subscribe, rate, and review us on your favorite podcast platforms, and be sure to tag us if you share on social media. Chris is at Trainer Gorez, and I'm at Craig_Hoffman on Instagram. Take away the underscore if it's Twitter. Of course, The Spirit is at Wash Spirit, and you can follow Jordan at Jordan_DiBiasi and Hatchie at Ash_Smash 33. Our theme music was produced by Jamarion Bates.